Well, it's a very chilly morning, I can tell you for a fact, Trevor, here in Machakos County, but that has not deterred the people of this county to come out in large numbers to see their president and most probably their preferred candidate for the presidential election slated for just under 40 days in the next few weeks coming. President Uhuru Kenyatta having begun his morning at Ekalakala launch, where he launched a road address and was expected to address wananchi there. He's also at Matuu market as we speak, where he's holding a press another gathering with the people there. And before he gets to this particular position in Machakos town, he'll have visited Kangundo, where he will hold a rally at the DEB Primary School and Kennel to inaugurate the Kennel Ngoleni Road and roadside address to the wananchi. But at 3 p.m, he is expected to inaugurate a gas project for youth and women at Machakos town before he addresses a public rally here at the Machakos County Stadium, this being the last leg for this particular day before he now embarks on vote hunting in Kajiado County. Then later in the week, he is expected to go to Laikipia, Turkana, and as well Nairobi being on Friday, which will be the Saba day, probably just to sit with the people there and have a feeling of what the campaign is all about. So for here, guys are just entering the stadium, Trevor, as it is expected that majority of them are here. Remember again, this particular county will be a tricky one for the Jubilee party because they just want the Jubilee party to seek for the top 2 seats and leave the others for those parties that are not necessarily allied to Jubilee, but they support Uhuru Kenyatta's candidature. We know that the incumbent governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, is on his own particular party that will be his ticket to seek for re-election, but he is getting a very stiff competition from the Wiper nominee, Wovinye Ndeti. But President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to come here to try as much as possible to woo the Ukambani vote, which is majority allied to the NASA deputy presidential candidate Kalonzo Musyoka, and he will be expected to give reasons why he believes the Jubilee government is the best one to come back for the people of this particular county, Trevor.
Leila, I know you've interacted with the people of Machakos there. What are their main concerns? What do they want addressed?
Maybe if I can just speak to one individual. Habari yako?
Habari.
Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Daniel.
Wewe kama mkazi wa Machakos County, ni kitu gani muhimu unazingatia katika uchaguzi ujao?
Tulikuwa tunataka kuna drainage. Drainage Machakos hakuna drainage, lakini mtu amesema ataweka drainage. Na mimi ni wa Machakos University.
Okay. Na nyinyi vijana mnahisi vipi katika uchaguzi ujao? Mnatarajia nini kuona katika hotuba ya rais baadaye hii leo?
Tunataka rais kama anaweza tuwekea tu lami ndani hivi na oche hivi. Nyewe huko kuna kwa na dust mingi hadi ukiangalia viatu zetu kuna nida.
Na wewe unahisi vipi kama mkazi wa hapa?
Mimi nahisi vyema sana. Yeah. I'm feeling well.
Katika uchaguzi ujao unatarajia nini katika uchaguzi wa urais?
Hatutarajii vita ikue, kura za amani. Yeah. In peaceful manner.
Well, Trevor, you've heard it from the house's mouth. They basically want it to be a peaceful event come August the 8th, 2017. They say the very basic commodities like food on their table, and they want basic commodities, education, security, water, and just development for them, as they say. They are standing with the current governor. However, they will be supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta come the August 8th, 2017.